and how sectoral challenges also have changed. And obviously, in a growing and evolving economy, people expect us to put our systems in place in order to be ready for these changes. Just to add on to what the Secretary of the Economic Affairs Department has said, these are extremely crucial and critical times for India. Crucial and critical because while we have a history of evolving, changing and improving, we also have a history of these are extremely crucial and critical times for India. Crucial and critical because while we have a history of evolving, changing and improving, we also have a history of at times squandering away advantages. And this is exactly not the time where India can afford to do that. The world has started viewing us now differently. Heads of corporations, heads of governments, international public opinion now sees India as entirely a different place. And within the country itself, the more we unlock our potential and more we unshackle our energies and liberate our system from various controls, the more the aspirations are growing. And therefore it is one thing for the international institutions to call us amongst the fastest growing economies in the world. But it is also equally true that India today has become more aspirational. And aspirational to the extent that it is no longer satisfied with a 6 to 8% band of growth. And therefore, even when the world has slowed down hugely, and we stand out in what is popularly now being referred to as a bright spot, still our level of satisfaction is not adequate. And therefore, we have to continue to change, to evolve, to improve, to reform. And therefore, when the chairman of SEBI was gracious enough to thank me for enabling this merger to take place through the parliamentary legislation, I must completely shift the credit to those who framed the great Constitution of India. Because in the late 1940s, they had anticipated what would happen in 2014-15. So while they expected both houses of parliament to pass every legislation, wisdom had dawned on them and they had provided for a provision in Article 110 for money bills. And these money bills only required a positive vote in the lower house and just a discussion and a reference back from the upper house. And therefore it carved out a great exception. And reading and rereading and reinterpreting the width of that provision has probably now enabled us to ensure that more and more legislations will go through. So I entirely shift the credit that you have given me to those who thought of inserting this provision, because they had the a wisdom of the future to anticipate that deadlocks should not block India's growth story.